Welcome back to CoinsVault America, the home of rare coins, hidden treasures, and million-dollar discoveries. Today we are revealing the top 3 most wanted valuable USA $quarter coins that shocked the entire collecting world. These legendary quarters are not just coins, they are priceless pieces of American history. Some of these rare quarters have reached jaw-dropping values, and together their combined historical and collector value has crossed an incredible $17 million. Right now, in 1999, the United States Mint launched one of the most successful coin programs in history, the 50 State Quarters program, and it changed coin collecting forever. The obverse of these quarters features George Washington, the first president of the United States, a design originally created by John Flanagan in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. But here's the good news for collectors. Not all 1999 quarters are common pocket change. Some rare varieties and high-grade examples have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Let us begin with the 1999 Delaware Quarter. The 1999 Delaware State Quarter was the first coin released in the State Quarters series. It honors Caesar Rodney and the historic horseback ride for independence. Because it was the first issue, millions were saved, but few were saved in perfect condition. High-grade MS-67 and MS-68 examples certified by grading companies have sold for over $1,000 at auction, especially those with blazing luster and flawless surfaces. Next is the 1999 Pennsylvania Quarter. The 1999 Pennsylvania State Quarter features the Commonwealth statue and the outline of the state. While circulated coins are common, superb gem uncirculated coins with strong strikes and no contact marks can bring impressive prices. Now we move to the 1999 New Jersey Quarter. The 1999 New Jersey State Quarter shows General George Washington crossing the Delaware River, a dramatic Revolutionary War moment. Coins with deep mirror proof-like surfaces or struck on experimental planchets are extremely rare and highly valuable. The 1999 Georgia Quarter is another exciting piece. The 1999 Georgia State Quarter displays the peach and state outline. Error coins such as double strikes off center strikes and broad strikes can bring serious money. Some certified error examples have sold for several $100s. Finally, we have the 1999 Connecticut Quarter. The 1999 Connecticut State Quarter features the famous Charter Oak Tree. Coins with major die cracks or dramatic coup errors are highly collectible and can command premium prices. Now let us talk about mint marks. In 1999, quarters were produced at the Philadelphia Mint with a P mint mark, the Denver Mint with a D mint mark, and special proof coins were struck in San Francisco with an S mint mark. Proof coins in perfect PR70 condition can sell for strong premiums, especially silver proof versions. One of the biggest factors in value is condition. A circulated coin is usually worth face value, but a coin graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services can be worth hundreds or even thousands. The difference between MS66 and MS67 can mean a huge jump in price. Another major value booster is errors and varieties. Double die errors, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and wrong planchet errors are the jackpot finds. These rare mint mistakes are what collectors search for in rolls and pocket change every day. Some 1999 quarters have also been discovered struck on experimental alloys intended for the Sacagawea dollar. These transitional error coins are extremely rare and worth thousands if authenticated. So what should you look for in your pocket change? Look for coins with no scratches, bright original luster, sharp details, especially in Washington's hair and the eagle or state. Design check for doubling in the lettering and date. Look for unusual thickness or weight that may indicate a wrong planchet. If you believe you have a high grade or error coin, consider sending it to a professional grading company for authentication and certification. A certified slab can dramatically increase buyer confidence and market value. The 1999 George Washington Quarters marked the beginning of a modern collecting revolution. Millions of Americans began checking their change because of this series, and some lucky collectors found treasures hiding in plain sight. The exciting truth is that valuable coins are still out there. Rolls from banks, estate collections, and old piggy banks may contain high-grade gems waiting to be discovered. For collectors, this is more than money, it is history in your hands. A simple quarter can connect you to the founding of the nation, the Revolutionary War, and the pride of all 50 states. The 1999 state quarters proved that modern coins can become valuable and collectible, especially when preserved in top condition or struck with rare mint errors. Because one extraordinary 1999 George Washington quarter in near-perfect condition could turn an ordinary day into an unforgettable payday. Stay tuned as we continue exploring more valuable modern quarters and the hidden treasures still circulating across America. Now let us go deeper into the hidden treasures of the 1999 George Washington quarters and reveal why collectors across the world are still searching for these coins every single day. When the United States Mint introduced the State Quarters program in 1999, it created a collecting revolution almost overnight. Millions of people who had never collected coins before suddenly began checking their change jars, drawers, and bankrolls. What makes the 1999 quarter so special is not just their historical importance, but also the rare errors and perfect condition coins that exist in extremely small numbers. Let us talk about the rare 1999 P Delaware quarter in high-grade condition. Most coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint were released into circulation and used in everyday transactions. This means they Quickly developed scratches, contact marks, and wear, but a tiny number survived in perfect mint state condition. These coins show razor-sharp details, brilliant mint luster, and completely clean surfaces. Some examples graded MS68 are nearly flawless, and these elite coins have sold for thousands of dollars because of their extreme rarity and beauty. Now let us explore the Denver Mint coins. The Denver Mint produced millions of 1999 quarters, but again, very few survived in perfect condition. Coins graded MS67 and higher are scarce and highly desirable. Collectors are willing to pay strong prices for these coins because they represent the finest known examples. Proof coins from San Francisco are another exciting category. Proof coins were made especially for collectors using specially polished dies and planchets. These coins have deep mirror surfaces and frosted designs, creating a beautiful contrast known as cameo or deep cameo. Silver proof quarters contain 90% silver, making them even more valuable than regular copper nickel quarters. When these silver proof coins are graded PR70, which means perfect condition, their value can increase dramatically. Now let us discuss one of the most exciting discoveries, transitional error coins. In 1999, the Mint was preparing to release the Sacagawea dollar and was testing new metal compositions. During this transition, a small number of quarter designs were accidentally struck on experimental planchets intended for other coins. These rare transitional error quarters are extremely valuable because they represent a mistake during an important moment in minting history. Some of these coins have sold for several $1,000s at auction. Another valuable error is the off-center strike. This happens when the planchet is not properly aligned during striking causing part. Of the design to be missing off-center errors that still show the full date are especially valuable because the date confirms the coin's identity. Double die errors are also highly collectible. This error occurs when the die strikes the design twice at slightly different angles, creating a visible doubling effect on letters, numbers, or design elements. These errors can sometimes be seen with the naked eye and greatly increase the coin's value. Clipped planchet errors are another fascinating category. These coins are missing a portion of their edge due to a mistake during the blank cutting process. This creates a curved missing section and makes the broad strike errors occur when the coin is struck without the retaining collar causing it to spread outward. These coins appear wider and thinner than normal quarters and are highly collectible. Collectors should also watch for coins with unusually strong strikes and exceptional eye appeal. Even without errors, a perfectly preserved coin can be extremely valuable. Top, the most valuable USA Washington quarter dollar, 1967. Coins worth big money. Good news for coin collectors, most wanted coin in American history. Welcome back to CoinsVault America. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about modern American coins, the 1967 Washington quarter. If you have pocket change at home, a jar full of old coins, or a family collection passed down for generations, this video could change everything for you. Because some 1967 Washington quarters are worth far more than 25 cents. Before we begin, let us understand the history behind this famous coin. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. The obverse of the coin features the portrait of George Washington based on a sculpture by John Flanagan. The reverse design from 1932 to 1998 shows a majestic eagle with outstretched wings. But the year 1967 is very special. Why? Because from 1965 to 1967, the United States Mint removed mint marks from coins. This was during a nationwide coin shortage. The government wanted to discourage coin hoarding, so no mint marks were placed on quarters in 1967. That means every 1967 Washington quarter has no mint mark regardless of where it was made. The 1967 quarter was struck in clad composition. It contains a copper core with outer layers of nickel. Unlike quarters before 1965, it does not contain silver. However, do not let that fool you. Some 1967 quarters are worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Now let us talk about the most valuable types. First, high-grade uncirculated coins. Most 1967 quarters you find in circulation are worn. But if you find one in mint state condition, especially MS67 or higher, the value increases dramatically. Collectors pay strong premiums for coins with sharp details, full luster, and no contact marks. An MS67 example can sell for hundreds of dollars at auction, and an MS68 specimen can reach several $1,000s depending on eye appeal. Next, let us discuss special mint set coins. In 1967, the United States Mint produced special mint sets instead of traditional proof sets. These coins have a unique satin finish. They are sharper than regular circulation strikes, but not as mirror-like as proofs. A 1967 special mint set quarter graded SP68 can sell for impressive prices. Some rare deep cameo examples have crossed the $1,000 mark. Now we move to error coins. This is where things get exciting. Error coins are created when something goes wrong during the minting process, and collectors love errors. One of the most valuable errors is the double die obverse. On some 1967 quarters, you may notice doubling in the lettering, especially on Liberty or In God We Trust. Strong doubled, die examples are extremely desirable. Another major error is the off-center strike. If part of the design is missing because the blank plancher was not properly aligned, it can bring significant premiums. The more dramatic the off-center strike while still showing the date, the more valuable the coin. Clipped plancher errors are also collectible. These occur when the metal blank is improperly cut, leaving a curved missing section. Broad strike errors where the coin is struck without the collar can also sell for good money. And then there are wrong plancher errors. Imagine finding a 1967 quarter struck on a dime plancher or even a foreign coin blank. These are rare and can sell for thousands of dollars. Some transitional errors have been rumored where a 1967 quarter was struck on a silver plancher left over from 1964 production. While extremely rare if authenticated, such a coin would be worth a fortune. Condition plays a massive role in value. A circulated 1967 quarter in average condition is worth face value. But if it has blazing luster, sharp strike, and no wear, you may have something special. Look carefully at Washington's hair above the ear. Check the eagle's breast feathers on the reverse. Strong details mean better grade. Use magnification to inspect the surfaces. Look for doubling, look for die cracks, look for unusual texture. We also need to talk about full strike examples. Some 1967 quarters show weak strikes, especially in the center. If you find a fully struck coin with crisp detail, it can bring premium prices. Professional grading is important. Companies like PCGS and NGC authenticate and grade coins. Professional grading is important. Companies like PCGS and NGC authenticate and grade coins. A certified high-grade 1967 quarter will always sell for more than a raw coin. Auction records show that top population coins bring record prices. Collectors compete fiercely for the finest known examples. Now let us share some real numbers. An MS-67 1967 Washington quarter has sold for over $1,000. An MS-68 example has reached several $1,000s at major auctions. Error coins, depending on type and severity, can range from $100 to $5,000 or more. Special mint set deep cameo examples also command strong premiums. So how do you find one? Start by searching through bankrolls. Ask your local bank for customer wrapped rolls. Search old collections. Search old collections. Estate sales can be treasure hunts. Check flea markets and coin shows. Many people overlook clad quarters thinking they have no value, but knowledge is power. Always check the edge. If you see a solid silver colored edge with no copper stripe, you may want to test further. Although 1967 quarters are supposed to be clad, mistakes can happen. Weigh the coin. A standard clad quarter weighs about 5.67 grams. Anything significantly different could indicate an error. Use a digital scale. Use a magnifying glass. Study reference guides. Join coin collecting communities. Learning the details separates average collectors from serious treasure hunters. The 1967 Washington quarter represents a fascinating period in American numismatic history. The mid-1960s coin shortage, the removal of mint marks, the shift away from silver. All of these factors make 1967 a unique year. While millions were minted, only a tiny fraction survive in top condition, and even fewer have dramatic errors. That is why collectors continue to search for this coin. If you have a 1967 quarter, do not ignore it. Examine it carefully. You could be holding a hidden gem. The most important lesson is condition rarity and errors create value. Even a common year coin can become rare and superb grade. The market for high-grade modern coins has grown steadily. Serious collectors want the best of the best, and registry set competition pushes prices higher. Imagine finding an MS-68 example in your change. That small 25-cent coin could be worth thousands. That is why we say good news for coin collectors. Opportunities still exist. Hidden treasures are still out there. The 1967 Washington quarter may not contain silver, but it contains history. It represents a turning point in United States coinage, and in rare cases, it represents serious money. Keep searching, keep learning, keep collecting, because the next valuable coin might already be in your pocket. Thank you for watching CoinsVault America. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. The 1978 quarter is part of the long-running Washington Quarter series, first introduced in 1932 to honor the first president of the United States, George Washington. By 1978, the coin was already a daily use pocket change coin, but hidden among millions of regular strikes are rare high-grade examples, mint state condition coins, and valuable mint errors that collectors are hunting today. In 1978, the quarter was produced at the United States Mint in 3 main locations. Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, each mint produced coins with different characteristics. Philadelphia struck millions of 1978 quarters without a mint mark. Most are common in circulated condition. But here is the good news for collectors: if you find a 1978 quarter in uncirculated mint state condition, especially graded MS65, MS66 or higher, it can be worth significantly more than face value high-grade examples with strong luster. Sharp details and clean surfaces can sell for hundreds of dollars, and in rare top population grades even more. The 1978 D quarter from Denver, marked with a small D mint mark under the date, is also widely collected. Again, most are common in pocket change, but in gem uncirculated condition with full sharp strikes and no contact marks, these coins become much more desirable. Some MS67 graded coins have reached impressive auction prices, because condition rarity drives value in modern coin collecting. Now let us talk about the San Francisco issues. The 1978 S quarter was mainly struck as proof coins. Proof coins were specially made for collectors with mirror-like fields and frosted designs. These coins were never intended for circulation and were sold in proof sets, but even among proof coins there are differences. Collectors look for deep cameo, contrast, strong strike, and perfect. Surfaces of flawless proof graded PR69 or PR70 can command strong premiums, especially if certified by professional grading companies. One important thing to understand is professional grading companies such as Professional Coin Grading Service and Numismatic Guarantee Company authenticate and assign condition grades to coins. The difference between MS65 and MS67 may look small to the naked eye, but in the coin market, it can mean the difference between $20 and several $100s. Error coins are where the real excitement begins in 1978. Quarters collectors search for off-center strikes, double die errors, clipped planchets and wrong planchet strikes. An off-center 1978 quarter where part of the design is missing but the date is still visible can be worth hundreds, depending on how dramatic the error is. Double die errors occur when the design is impressed more than once slightly misaligned. Look carefully at the date and lettering for signs of doubling. Strong visible doubling can push values much higher, especially if confirmed by experts. Another rare possibility is a quarter struck on a wrong planchet, for example, struck on a nickel planchet or even a foreign coin, blank. These dramatic mint mistakes are rare, but when discovered, they can sell for thousands of dollars at auction because collectors love unusual and certified mint errors. Silver content is another important topic. By 1978, regular Washington quarters were copper nickel clad and contained no silver, unlike pre-1965 quarters. However, sometimes transitional errors or experimental strikes can occur, though extremely rare. Any confirmed silver 1978 quarter would be a major discovery and headline-making coin. So how do you know if your 1978 Washington quarter is valuable? First, check the mint mark. Second, examine the overall condition. Look for strong luster, no heavy scratches, sharp hair details on Washington, and clear eagle feathers on the reverse. Third, inspect carefully for errors using a magnifying glass or coin microscope. Collectors also focus on strike quality. Some 1978 quarters show weak strikes, particularly. On the high points, a fully struck coin with bold details is more desirable and can command higher premiums in top grades. Let us talk about auction history over the years. High-grade 1978 quarters graded MS67 and above have sold for several $100s in major auctions proof. Deep cameo examples have also brought strong prices, especially when registry collectors compete to complete top-ranking sets. The key message here is condition rarity. Most circulated 1978 quarters are only worth face value, but exceptional uncirculated coins and certified error pieces are where the big money is hiding. That means checking your coin jars, pocket change, and old collections can still bring surprises. Coin collecting in America has always been about history, treasure hunting, and the thrill of discovery. The Washington quarter remains one of the most collected coin series in the country, and even modern dates like 1978 continue to attract attention because high-grade examples are surprisingly scarce compared to the huge mintage numbers. For new collectors, this is good news. You do not need to search only ancient or 1800s coins. Sometimes valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight. Modern coins can become condition rarities over time, especially when most examples were heavily used in circulation. If you believe you have a high grade or error 1978 quarter, consider submitting it to a reputable grading service. Authentication protects you and increases buyer confidence. Certified coins are easier to sell and often bring stronger prices than raw ungraded pieces. Always store your coins properly. Use non-PVC holders. Avoid cleaning your coins. Cleaning can destroy original surfaces and reduce value dramatically. Collectors prefer original untouched surfaces, even if lightly toned. As the market for collectible coins continues to grow, modern condition rarities are gaining attention. Serious collectors building complete Washington quarter sets often compete for the finest known examples, driving prices higher. The 1978 Washington quarter may seem ordinary, but in top condition or with dramatic mint errors, it becomes an exciting collector prize, and that is why it remains one of the most searched modern quarters among coin enthusiasts. Keep searching, keep learning, and never ignore your pocket change, because the next valuable discovery could already be in your hands. The reverse design of the 1978 quarter features the iconic eagle with outstretched wings, a symbol of American strength and freedom. This classic reverse was used on the Washington quarter from 1932 until 1998, before the state quarter program began. And that long production history makes high-grade late-date coins surprisingly difficult to find, because most were heavily used in daily commerce. The obverse of the coin features the left-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan collectors. Study the hair detail above the ear, the cheek area, and the jawline, because these high points often show where first in circulated coins. A fully detailed portrait with strong mint luster is one of the main indicators of a true uncirculated example. In 1978, the United States Mint produced hundreds of millions of quarters, which means finding one in circulation is easy, but finding one in superb gem condition is not easy at all. This is where the concept of survival rate becomes important. While millions were struck, only a tiny fraction survived without heavy contact marks, bag marks, or circulation wear. Many collectors build what is called a registry set. Registry collectors compete online for the highest graded coins certified by grading services such as Professional Coin Grading, Service, and Numismatic Guarantee Company. When two or more collectors compete for the finest known 1978 quarter, the auction price can rise dramatically. This competition is one of the main reasons why top population coins sell for strong premiums. Let us discuss population reports. Grading companies publish data showing how many coins exist at each grade level. Sometimes there may be thousands graded MS-65, only a few dozen graded MS-67, and maybe only a handful graded MS-68. That rarity in the highest grade creates demand, and demand drives price. Another exciting area is double die varieties. While major double dies for 1978 quarters are not as famous as some earlier dates collectors still examine, Liberty in God, We Trust, and the date for any signs of strong separation or extra thickness in letters, even minor varieties can become valuable if recognized and listed in collector references. Clipped planche errors are also collectible. These occur when the metal blank is improperly cut before striking, resulting in a curved missing section on the coin. Genuine clips show a feature called the Blakesley effect, where the rim opposite the clip is weak. Collectors pay premiums for clean, well-centered clipped errors, especially when the date is clear. Off-center strikes are highly visual and popular with collectors. A 10% off-center example may sell for a modest premium, but a dramatic 40 to 60% off-center coin with a visible date can bring much stronger prices because of its eye appeal. There are also strike-through errors where debris or grease interfered with the strike, causing missing design elements. These grease-filled dies can create weak or missing letters, which sometimes attract specialty error collectors. Proof coins from San Francisco deserve more attention. The 1978 S proof quarter often shows beautiful mirror fields and frosted devices. Collectors search for deep cameo contrast, where the portrait and eagle appear bright white against dark mirrored backgrounds. Coins graded PR69 deep cameo are common, but true flawless. PR70 examples are much scarcer and command higher prices. One important reminder: never clean a proof coin. Even light wiping can leave hairlines that reduce the grade dramatically. Originality is everything in numismatics. Market trends also play a role. When silver prices rise, older 90% silver quarters gain attention, which often brings new collectors into the hobby. Those new collectors sometimes expand into clad series like the 1978 quarter, increasing demand across the board.